Hello, my name is McKinnon Timothy, and our group will present for the case study number 7, which is the multiple benefits of water hyacinth control in Southern Africa. So, as we all know, water hyacinth is a common aquatic plant which is quite abundantly available in our nearby rivers, and also this species of plant can harm the surrounding ecosystem and the natural river flow, which is why it can cause a problem for South Africa's river. So as we can see that water hyacinth, if we really observe our river, it is quite common to found this type of plant. And from this case study, it will give us a clue how this plant can actually harm our local ecosystem and our water resources. For the problems that I have mentioned before in the previous slide, it can become a breeding ground for mosquitoes. So we know that this type of plant is quite huge. I mean, they are formed in groups, and it can take up for the whole river. And this will be a comfortable shelter for the mosquitoes. And with mosquitoes, we can expect to have some sort of diseases because mosquitoes can transmit diseases. And next, it depletes the dissolved oxygen levels in water. So, dissolved oxygen, meaning that the oxygen from our atmosphere, which can then diffuse into our water, our river water, this oxygen is used by our marine species such as our fish and other marine plants or aquatic plants. So when the level of oxygen is reduced, it is quite hard for our plant to uh, use them as some sort of nutrient. Yes, and for our fish to eventually survive, because we all know all living things they require oxygen. So with this, other marine species too are affected, which then can cause a damage in our surrounding ecosystem. So if a species is extinct or they move to a different place because there is not enough oxygen nearby, it will become a problem for another species that consume the species that I have mentioned. So that's why it can really harm the ecosystem of the river. Next is reduce water movement. So we all know uh, we normally use our river for our water resource, for our water to supply for our daily use. So when the movement of water is obstructed, it is quite hard to get water to supply. So, and then the other problem is the river is at risk of flooding. If we notice our local river, before the rainy season, the local authorities or whoever responsible for the river will clear out all of this water hyacinth away from the river because It can reduce water movement. It can obstruct the flow, which can cause flooding. Uh, so that's it for my part, and thank you.
As we know, water hyacinth is one of the invasive species that predominantly threaten the pillar of sustainability. Thus, in South Africa, they transformed the water hyacinth species toward food, water, and energy mixes driven, which could potentially offering us a solution to water purification, food security, and biofuel production. Well, one of the benefits of water hyacinth is we can use the methane gas produced, which is the byproduct of the species to feed the biomass into digester. Feeding biomass into a digester refers to the process of introducing organic material like biomass into a sealed container called digester where it undergoes anaerobic digestion to produce biogas. This process utilizes naturally occurring bacteria that break down the organic matter in the absence of oxygen, converting it into biogas. With little to no processing, biogas can be burned on site to heat buildings and power boilers or even the digester itself. Biogas can be used for combined heat and power operations, or biogas can be simply turned into electricity using a combustion engine, fuel cell, or gas turbine, with the resulting electricity being used on site or sold on the electric grid. Next is the landfill gas. Instead of allowing the landfill gas to escape into the atmosphere, it can be collected and used as energy. Currently, landfill gas projects throughout the United States generate about 17 billion kilowatt hours of electricity and deliver 98 billion cubic feet of landfill gas to natural gas pipeline or directly to end user each year. As we know, the biogas contains roughly 50 to 70% of methane and the rest one is carbon dioxide. Thus, water hyacinth contributes uh, lots of methane to be used as a natural gas and another raw biogas. Lastly, the methane that is produced can be used as a compressed natural gas and liquefied natural gas. The fuel economy of compressed natural gas powered vehicle is comparable to that of conventional gasoline vehicle and can be used in light to heavy duty vehicles. LNG or liquefied natural gas is not as widely used as CNG because it is expensive to both produce and store. Although it is higher density, makes LNG a better fuel for heavy-duty vehicles that travel long distances. To make the most of investment in fueling infrastructure, CNG and LNG are best suited for fleet vehicles that return to a base for refueling. This figure shows the many benefits of the water hyacinth. to towards the sustainable source of biomass as it is readily available. The most common one is for the wastewater treatment, biocomposite, biocompost, or fertilizer, and also biofuel.
Water hyacinth is a highly invasive aquatic plant that spreads rapidly across freshwater bodies, forming a dense mat on the surface of rivers and lakes. These thick mats block sunlight from penetrating the water, disrupting photosynthesis and reducing oxygen levels. As a result, fish and other aquatic organisms struggle to survive, leading to a loss of biodiversity. Moreover, the plant clogs water channel, irrigation systems, and even hydroelectric facilities that affecting both urban infrastructure and agricultural activities. Stagnant water caused by the hyacinths become a breeding ground for mosquitoes, also increasing the risk of waterborne disease like malaria and cholera. So, by removing water hyacinth, we restore the natural flow of water, improve the oxygen levels, and help bring aquatic ecosystem back to life. This intervention not only protects the environment but also ensures the communities have better access to safe and clean water for daily use and farming. Finally, we connect it to food. The dried plant water from water hyacinth can be composed and used to enrich agriculture soil, making it more fertilized and boosting crop yields. This is especially important for small scale farmers who rely heavily on soil quality for their livelihoods. In addition, after the biogas production process, the leftover material, or it's called slurry, is a nutrient-high bioproduct. This slurry acts as an organic fertilizer that can further enhance crop growth without relying on chemical inputs, making the former process more sustainable and affordable. But that's not all. Processed water hyacinth can also be used as livestock feed. These alternative feeds help improve animal nutrient, leading to better health and productivity in livestock. Altogether, these uses support food security both directly by improving food production and indirectly by reducing costs for farmers and creating more resilient food system.
Recommendation and lesson learned. Iterative, adaptive solutions work best. The project evolved over multiple iterations. Initial composting and burning were too limited. Biogas digestion improved energy use and reduced waste. Combining livestock feeding with biogas production maximized food security and energy benefits. This shows that flexible step-by-step improvements can enhance the overall impact of a project. Number two, promote nexus-based problem solving for local environmental issues. Encourage local governments, NGOs, and community leaders to adopt integrated solutions that connect water management, energy generation, and food production instead of addressing problems in isolation. Start small-scale pilot projects in high-risk or high-impact areas. Identify specific locations where invasive plants cause recurring problems like flood-prone rivers, irrigation canals, or urban lakes, and set up community-level pilot projects combining biomass utilization, biogas systems, and organic fertilizer production.
The summary of this case study, there are three iterations, which is the drying of the biomass for direct burning as a source of energy and composting the rest for manure support agriculture food production. So the dry biomass is used as a direct burning to produce energy, and then the compost from the leftovers biomass is used as manure for agriculture. And then the second iteration is to feed the biomass into a digester. It is to produce methane, and it improves both energy production and food security. And then in the third iteration is to feed all the biomass to livestock, contributing more significantly and directly to food security. So it is to enhance food production, to produce more methane and boost crop yields. So in conclusion, this case shows how we can turn an ecological problem like water hyacinth into a solution across multiple sectors. Through a nexus approach, we improve water quality, generate energy, and enhance food production all at once. By reusing biomass for energy and fertilizer, the system created a circular economy with no waste. While the solution was designed for South Africa, it's flexible enough to apply elsewhere, as stated in the case study, even in Central Asia with other invasive plants. What's powerful is how local communities became the driver of change, turning challenges into sustainable, profitable outcomes. This reinforces the impact of small-scale integrated strategy in tackling complex resource challenges. Thank you.